Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. Welcome back to Farm Sim 22. Angel Mountain map, 16 times map. Let's get back to it. This episode we are picking up sheep. We pick up animals pretty much every episode. This time it's sheep. Grab some. These little cheap ones. Select. Buy. Load them up. Yeah, that's only $2,400, which is good because we're running a little light on cash. And we do need to pay off some debt. Last episode, we placed our soda factory. And we got it loaded up with an initial load of sugar. And what else did we put in there? We put in a load of oranges, and we put in a whole bunch of calcium carbonate. This episode, we need to load that thing up with water and diesel. We also need to take some crude oil from our oil rigs and deliver that to our refinery so we can get that processed. And then we've got a whole bunch of other stuff we could kind of pick and choose from. We'll see what we get to. I think we're going to be using the tanker truck a bit. I know there's some tanker jobs up on the main farm site that I'd like to get to as well. We have a bunch of herbicide sitting in our fertilizer factory. I'd like to get that distributed to all of our greenhouses and our orchards. So we'll see if we get to that. I know some of our orchards could use some extra water, and possibly our fertilizer factory might need a little more water too. None of those tasks are urgent though. First thing we're going to get to after dropping off these sheep is getting our soda factory up and running. Let's drop off these sheep. We'll see how many we have too while we're over there. I'm not sure what the latest count is. They are producing wool. At some point we're going to have to get a spinnery so we can make use of that wool. We do have a tailor building that can make use of the fabric once we're actually producing it. Oh, don't fall into the water here. Back up. I'll hop out. I'll open the doors here. We might need to get closer. We have 509. Not bad. 509 sheep, and we're about to add another, what was it, 32, I think. 30, no, just 12. Oh no, we need to get more. We're gonna go make another trip. Yeah, it kept the setting from when I last loaded cows. We want more. We want more. Let's do another full load, or a full load, in addition to that little anemic load. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, that's quite a bit of sheep, and you can see those little pallets of wool sitting out there. If need be, we can put them in our pallet storage. I think I'm going to leave them out for a while. And then hopefully we can get a spinning mill purchased before too long. It's on the list. Because there's a whole lot of other stuff on the list too. I think I mentioned in the last episode, I'd like to get a dairy going so we can start processing the little bit of milk that we're producing and also make peanut butter. And then the other one that's kind of been on my mind is an oil press. So we've got a lot of coconut that we could be processing into oil. We don't have a lot. We don't have any real sunflower or canola yet. But we do have coconut we could send through, and we can actually use that coconut oil to make Play-Doh over at our cran factory. Not urgent though. I guess that one's probably a little less urgent, the oil press. The other thing we could do, or we need to do pretty soon, is I think it's like an apartment building where we can recruit people or produce people. We supply gold bars and I think coffee, maybe water, I'm not sure. That'll produce people, and then there's a lot of production lines that actually make use of people. Yeah, it's a bummer. All right, let's get some it's a bummer I didn't get all the sheep the first trip. Let's do it. All right, we'll end up with extra sheep this time. Select. I want all 38. Yeah, that's better. It's a little more cash. While we're paused here, Let's pay off our or make our debt payment here before I forget. 20,000. Okay, that is done. Now let's get this second load of sheep up to the sheep pen. Then we will probably hook up our tanker and start moving some fluids. Oil, oxygen, diesel, hydrogen, water, and maybe herbicide. Lots of jobs for the tanker. I will meet you back up by the sheep pen. All right, here we go. Let's drop them off. Cool. So that adds up to 50 new sheep. We'll take it. I just filled up the supply of grass not too long ago, so I think we're fine there. Let's hop out and shut the door. These guys don't go running out. And then there's our tanker trailer right there. So we're going to head over to the kind of stone processing area. But before we go, let's put a load of water into the fertilizer factory. We're making liquid fertilizer and also salt water in that building, and both of those need water. So let's just do it right here. And then we'll see. I'm not even sure how much water this thing needs. It's got to be pretty close to full. If it's full, then we'll just run over to one of the greenhouses. Bunch of our greenhouses need more water. They have plenty to keep going, but they have room for a bunch more, I should say. All right, that's done. Let's go head over to kind of the oil refinery area. Maybe the first thing we do is throw some crude oil into the refinery and get that thing working. No, it's waiting. It's sitting empty right now. All right, we're coming up on the first oil rig. Let's load up. Kind of wish these buildings had animation. I think those pump jacks would look pretty sweet, pumping oil up and down. But as it is, they just sit kind of still. But we'll empty both pump jacks. I think the other one over there probably doesn't have much, but we'll empty it just the same. And get this all into the refinery. This is going to be, or this is kind of a key source of money for us. Processing this oil and selling the plastic, or some portion of the plastic we sell. All right, we'll take our first sip of oil from our new pump jack here. I don't think we're going to get much, but we'll get something. Oh, not bad. It actually filled up. Do we need to come back? I'm going to hop out and just see how much is in here. Don't think we need to come back, but what do we got in there? Yeah, 7,700 liters. We don't need to come back. Not bad. I didn't think we were going to get 2 full loads into the refinery. That is good. That'll keep it running for a while. There's our new sawmill. That is working away. We put in a bunch of trees, and there's our first pallet of planks sitting out there. Nice. Once those build up a bit, we'll take those planks over to the crayon factory, and those will be turned into pencils. All right, let's unload this one. Second load of crude. We can take a look at the production chains while we're waiting for this to unload. Just take a look at how everything's doing. There's our new sawmill. We've got room for 200,000 more liters of wood, so we'll put that on the list. We have a bunch of trees next to our new field that we can start chewing back with our tree harvester and seeing if we can fill that up, but it's not urgent. Our main sawmill down by the forestry area looks like it's doing pretty good. It's got a good supply of timber. Apiaries, we drained these out not too long ago when we brought the wax over for the crayons. We've got 3 apiaries that don't have much in them. The bakery barn's been the same for ages. We're just waiting on ingredients. Here's those workers I was talking about. There's an apartment building that we need to place to get these. That might... either that or the dairy is probably the next production building we want to put down next. But man, we've only got like $60,000. And not all the recipes require people. A bunch of them do. But like bread doesn't have people listed. Cake doesn't. Pasta does. And I think the rest of them might. Oh no, this one doesn't. Buns and bagels don't. Okay. Carpentry mill. We've got a good supply of crates we can ship off to production buildings and pallets as well. Not bad. Furniture we're just going to store. That production is really slow, seems like. Do we barrels? Barrels are a little low. We've taken a load or two over to the fermenting house. Compost, nothing going on here, but we're going to load this thing up with straw. As soon as we get into March and harvest our 2 wheat fields, should get plenty of straw from those. There's our crayons, 40,000 liters so far. Pencils, like I said, once we bring the planks over, we should be in good shape. And there's that coconut oil I mentioned is one of the inputs. That's for the dough. Not urgent, but eventually we'll want to get that oil mill going, process our coconuts, and then also we'll start making flour here soon as we harvest our 2 wheat fields. Raisins, we're not making raisins yet. We haven't harvested from our vineyard. Banana chips and dried cherries look like they're pretty low here, so nothing to sell there. Here's our fermenting house. Got plenty of barrels. We're going to need to bring more sugar over there and water, by the way. Coal's looking great. I loaded that up a few episodes a few episodes ago. Melon and cabbage doing okay. Lots of salt. Kind of want to top that off at some point. We'll see. And then plenty of potatoes for vinegar, and then you can see how much we've got produced here. Digestate is a byproduct of, I think, everything in this factory. Not much. We get 5 per batch, but that'll add up, and we'll throw that into our farm storage for our 10 million liter objective. I don't think we'll use this. I mean, if we get a surplus, we will. We can use it to fertilize fields or something, but it's going to take a while to get past 10 million liters, I think. In fact, we may need to run the BGA, produce more digestate for us. Fertilizer, we just threw some water in here. Yeah, it's got room for almost 3 more loads of water. We're not going to put silage in here. Lots of silt. Boy, I loaded this thing up, the tippy top, not too long ago, and it's burning through it pretty quick. There's salt for the salt water. Potatoes, that's burned through its supply of potatoes. That's for the herbicide. We can see all of our supplies down here. I did, between episodes, sell 1 load of fertilizer and 1 load of liquid fertilizer. Almost not worth doing, but we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of slow to transport it. We don't get much money for it. But we can produce this stuff pretty darn easy. All we do is bring in silt and water, really, and we get solid fertilizer and liquid fertilizer. Herbicide is, made out of the potatoes. So I want to distribute this herbicide to our greenhouses and our orchards. We'll see if we can get to that. What else we got? Greenhouse, nothing going on here right now. Got a little bit of flour in there. Greenhouses, we have some products that are getting to the full truckload level of 200,000 liters, but this one, not yet. Other greenhouse, kind of see where things are at there. This one, peanuts. This is what I was talking about. We can take these to our dairy once we buy one. Start making peanut butter. This is also used in our mixed nuts, and I think it might be used in some other things as well. And the peanut butter itself is used in other things. So we're going to need lots of peanuts. Kind of see where these greenhouses are. We do have some products we could sell if we really wanted to. Like I said, I'm going to try and save these for as long as we can so we can put these into factories. Because we have some factories that are just going to chew up all of this greenhouse production. Ice cubes, everything's looking good here. Right now we're only using these for the slushy factory. But later on we will use these as part of our fish production chains. There's at least one or two things that require ice cubes in addition to the slushies. Mammoth mill, we know it well. We're familiar with this. How are we doing on drill pipe? Pretty good. Not enough for a truckload. Got some boxes. That's good. This thing really needs more wood chips. Looking forward to having our poplar field matured so we can harvest and load this mammoth mill up with wood chips and get our planks going faster and our paper sawdust. We'll get to our 10 million liters just without even thinking about it, really. And then resin is kind of slow, but I think we're going to use so much wood chips and so many planks for pallets and other stuff that we won't have problems meeting our 10 million liter objective for resin and sawdust. The resin we turn into glue here at the refinery too, by the way. We have silver down here as well. I've been bringing silver ore from our wash plants, turning it into silver bars. Unfortunately, we can only haul, and our curtain side trailer only takes 25,000 liters per load. So it's going to take a long time to haul that stuff. Nut house, kind of see where that's at. We'll sell the mixed nuts and we'll store the shells. Here's our new oil wells. These guys are both kind of drained. This guy could obviously use more coal and drill pipe, but it's doing okay. Walkers and wheelchairs at Old Man's Mill. These are getting up there. We'll sell the walkers and we'll store the wheelchairs. Once we get into doing chicken, we can get feathers from another production building that we don't have yet. And this has sawdust too. I just emptied this out between episodes. What else? Our orchards. Yeah, we only have 2 orchards. We just emptied out the oranges. We have all this other stuff. Like I said, I'm going to try not to sell this directly. We'll see. May have to. There's the coconut. I was saying we could turn into coconut oil. Refinery. We just put in 2 loads of crude, so that's getting processed. We have hydrogen. We have oxygen. We're probably going to, we have 2 loads of each. We're going to sell a load, and then we're going to use a load for water production. We're going to do that next, actually. Or we'll do diesel first, and then we'll do that. What else? Slushies. Production's kind of slow on these. But looks like we have all the ingredients we need. We'll add more as we play on. But yeah, the production's kind of slow. 2,400 cycles a month. And we only get 100 per cycle. So this accrues fairly slow. Cola is going to be very similar, right? Yeah, 2,400 cycles and you only get 100. So this will be slow production. Stone processing, as I mentioned. This is where we got all our calcium carbonate. This is currently empty of stones. We need to mine stones. Sugar house has 400,000 sugar beets and 200,000 sugar beet cut. That's producing sugar and molasses, and then the new ingredient with our newly placed sugar mill is giving us the marshmallow. So that's good. It's going to be used in the bakery. I'm not sure where else. And then molasses, this is the one we've been getting a lot of money for. So when we get to 200,000 liters, we've been getting like $150,000 out of that by taking it over to the Wonder Worm. So that's kind of a cash crop for us. Flows, we put this building down just to take the place of the old sugar mill that we deleted. I did take the opportunity to fill it up with coal. So we just need fabric and stuff. This one's not urgent. I think the clothes, because they take dye, we're not going to sell clothes. We'll just use it for 10 million liter objectives. Animal food, we're going to use this just for pig food production and probably just with potatoes. So we've got a bunch of potatoes in here. We've got some diesel. This is one of the few production buildings that holds more than 50,000 liters of diesel. Holds 500,000. Got a little diesel in there. We got a little potatoes in there. We got to wait for canola and sunflowers and corn. We're on our way to getting that produced. We've got 2 wash plants. One of these, I'm storing the wash stone for our 10 million liter objective. And another one I'm selling. So we can probably make some money off of wash stone. Yeah, we should get that other trailer. We can make decent money off of that. So that'll help. That'll help a lot, actually. Waterworks. This is the one by the main farm. Or no, is it? Yeah, this is the one by the main farm. We're not really using this production building anymore. I'm tempted to sell it. I think we'd actually get a little bit of money from it. This is up at our main farm area. We just used it to produce 10 million liters of water from hydrogen and oxygen. We already have a free water trigger up there, so it's unlikely we're going to use this. I mean, I suppose we could drain this out and then maybe sell it for cash and just get it off the list. And then the last but not least, this waterworks is the one right by our stone processing. This is where we're going to pull our water for the soda factory. So let's get on it. Enough of my babbling. We need diesel. The challenge is we only need 50,000 liters. So we're actually going to jump back into that production menu. If I end up with 100,000 liters, I'm going to have to go find a place to dump it. So let's let me just see. I'm going to see if our wash plants can pick up the extra diesel. This one, boy, almost 10,000. This one, yeah, boy, 9,000 each, really. So that's 18,000. And then what about our stone processing? This is full. I got to be really careful not to take too much diesel because we don't have a place to dump it. I have to drive all the way back to our main farm to unload this. So let me try to get 50,000 liters or maybe even a little less. All right, start. 46,000. Okay, that's good enough. We'll put a little bit in one of the wash plants. And this will fill up all the diesel that the soda factory needs. I'm not sure why, but all the old man 102 factories seem to limit the diesel to 50,000 liters. Like I said, except, because, you know, that pig food or the animal food factory we have, that's not an old man 102 mod. That's why that one probably takes 500,000 liters of diesel. That's all right. Get this loaded in. In fact, I may dump off some of this on the way. Oh, I'm wedged in a little tight. See if I can get out of here. Okay. Up a little in there. And the rest will go into the soda plant. And let's see how much water this thing holds. I think it's going to hold 1,000,000 liters. Yeah, we won't fill it all up, but we're going to put a fair amount in there. Maybe 300,000 liters. All right, diesel's done. Last ingredient to kick off production is water. We'll do, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take one load of water from the water tower here. And then I'm going to go get hydrogen, put it in the water tower. Take another load of water over to the soda factory. Then go get oxygen and kind of do the same thing. So we'll end up with 3 loads of water into the soda factory. And we'll end up with 1 load of hydrogen, 1 load of oxygen into the big water plant here. And then we're going to raise some cash. We're going to take the remaining load of hydrogen and go sell it at the hardware store. That's a bit of a trek and it's slow. But that'll get us 40,000 should, and then we'll do the same thing with the oxygen. And then that will be the refinery pretty much drained out. And then we might, we'll see. We might come back and sell some of that washed stone and raise some more cash. Or we may move the herbicide over at the main farm while we've got this tanker hooked up. Here we go. This is going to take a little bit of time, so we'll do it in a time lapse. All right, that is 300,000 liters of water into our soda factory. Production should be up and running. We'll check on it a little later. Now at the refinery, we have 100,000 liters of diesel, 100,000 liters of oxygen, and 100,000 liters of hydrogen that we can sell. So we're going to do it because we're a little short on cash. And if we don't sell, particularly the hydrogen and the oxygen, if we don't sell that and it fills up, then the refinery just stops working. So we need to clear that inventory, and there's only so much we can put into the that water tower. We get a lot of water out of that hydrogen and oxygen, so we're just stuck with a surplus of it in this playthrough, but we'll use it to make some cash. It does take a while to deliver this over to the hardware store, but we'll get paid for it. So we'll do it. It's going to take a while. Here we go. All right, not bad. 50,000 for the diesel and about 40,000 each for the hydrogen and the oxygen. So not bad, about 130 grand total between all of those loads. Let's head back to the main farm. Got one more task in mind for this episode. We might actually make a little bit of cash. I'm thinking of draining out that water tower and selling it. I think we might get a little bit of cash for it. That'll take it off of our productions list of productions, kind of declutter a little bit and declutter to the main farm, because I don't think we have any reason to use that water tower anymore. We do have a free water trigger by the main farm that we can make use of, and if we wanted to haul hydrogen and oxygen that far to the main farm, we may as well just bring it over to the hardware store and sell it. Whoa, wrong button. Jumped out of a driving vehicle. Not too smart. Yeah, I'll meet you up at the main farm. All right, we're up here on the main farm, coming up on that big water tower. Let's load up with water, and then let's take a look and just see what the inventory looks like on this thing. I'm gonna load up on water. Hop out and let's take a look what it says. Showing 10 liters of hydrogen, 10 liters of oxygen, and 290,000 liters of water. We've got 100,000 liters in the tank. Now, we used this factory, this water factory, to fill up 10 million liters of water for our 10 million liter objectives. I'm just going to walk over to our liquid storage here and confirm that we have 10 million liters of water. I'm pretty positive we do. Let's just double check it. There it is. It's the first item on the list. Yeah, 10,000 liters of water. We've got 2 million liters of hydrogen and oxygen. We just sold some because we're desperate for cash, but we do need to bring 8 million liters of hydrogen and 8 million liters of oxygen over here by the time we're done in order to complete our objectives. But we're going to be producing lots and lots more of that, so I'm not worried about it. So we've got about 400,000 liters of water to get rid of. Let's put it in our newer greenhouses down across the way there. I'm sure they can use it. They have tons of room. Then we'll drain this thing out and we'll see if we can sell it and maybe get a little cash. And then who knows, maybe we'll use that land for something else. Yeah, this is going to take a minute or two. Again, I'm just going to take one trip of water to each of our 4 greenhouses there next to the animal food factory. All right, that's the last of the water from the water tower. Let's go see if we can sell it. Yeah, we got a lot moved this episode. Over 1 million liters of different liquids moved this episode between the crude oil, diesel, the hydrogen, the oxygen, and water for the greenhouses and for our soda factory. We moved quite a bit. Now let's see if we can sell this thing and maybe get a little bit extra cash and we'll free up the land. Served us well. We ran a lot of hydrogen and oxygen through here. Let's see. Oh, I think, yeah, we got to go through the construction menu, I think, to do it. While we're in here, let's take a look at the soda and just verify we are producing. We are. Nice. So cola, diet cola, and orange crush. And we have to wait on grapes for the grape crush. As I mentioned many episodes ago, we have a lot of products that use grapes. So we put down a $5.5 million vineyard, but we're going to probably need to expand that beyond what it is. We'll probably wait till after the first harvest and then hopefully have some money in the bank by then and expand that vineyard so we can get more and more grapes because we need a ton of them in this playthrough. All right, back to the construction menu. You may have noticed I checked the for sale market or the used vehicle market. There's nothing. I didn't see anything good here. Let's go to construction and see. Okay, we can sell it. We're going to get 36,000, 36.7 thousand. We'll take it. So, yep. Right. Not bad. So we ended the episode with 222,000 in the bank. Like I said, we moved over 1 million liters of liquids. And the next episode, we'll probably move another 1 million liters of liquids. I want to get that herbicide distributed to each of our greenhouses and our orchards way out in the corner. So we'll do that next episode, and then we might go move some washed stone and sell some of that and raise even more money. It's, let's see, it's 11 o'clock here on February 5th. We've got quite a bit of daylight left. We'll see. I'd like to maybe cut grass and maybe buy another factory. And let's just take a look. Show you what it is between. We already kind of discussed this. In production, the people, building that produces people. I forget what it's called. This one I have to kind of search for. Like I said, I always forget that these are in somewhat alphabetical order. Is it an apartment? There it is, apartment 1. This is the one. This is the building. $90,000. Oh man, it's tall, huh? It's not real wide. We gotta find a place for this. We're gonna be supplying this with, I think, just coffee and gold. I think that's it. And maybe carrots. Carrots or cabbage, I think. There's 2 recipes to produce people. One uses the silver ingots and one uses the gold ingots. The silver ingots, we have to smelt silver ore to make those. So that means silver ore, we need to save up 10 million liters, and silver ingots, 10 million liters. Whereas the gold, we get the bars straight out of the wash plant. So that basically means we don't need to save up quite as many of those for our 10 million liter objective since there's no gold ore. So we'll use the gold for recruiting people as much as possible and try and just save that silver for our 10 million liter objective goals. Yeah, and I think the gold recipe takes coffee for sure, water for sure. Electricity, we're going to have to... Oh, that's actually pretty expensive. We need to buy a building that produces electricity for us. So we'll see. We'll see. It's either that or our own new oil press or dairy. Oh, man. Yeah, there's three things, I guess. The dairy mill is a little bit compelling. Maybe more than the oil press. Yeah, the dairy mill. We get 9 products out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 products, including more oxygen and hydrogen, which we can actually make use of. Down by where we'll put this, there is another one of those water towers, like the one we just deleted. And we can make water there and use that water for our fermenting house. So we'll make use of this, at least a good portion of this oxygen and hydrogen. And again, there's the peanuts we supply for the peanut butter product right there. You can see a little jar of Jif moving back and forth. Cocoa, which we have, obviously for the chocolate. And then we're going to get cheese. I think that's yeast. And then one of these is sour cream and one of these is whipped cream. And I think that's it. Hydrogen, oxygen, and butter. Yeah, so that's kind of tempting. How much is that? 90,000. We'll see. We'll see next episode. Yeah, and then the last thing was maybe the oil mill, but there's just a bunch of businesses here. Dole. Look at all the ingredients this Dole factory takes. It's going to start scrolling here. Bunch of stuff from our greenhouses and cheese. Not sure what that is. But that, yeah, I don't know what that is. It almost look like our dried bananas. Look at all those products. Another one that takes a ton was it Heinz, I think. Look at this guy. Heinz, look at all these inputs. There's a ton of them. There's a ton. So I kind of want to get these businesses placed and try not to sell our produce that's coming out of our greenhouses directly. Hopefully we can push it into a factory, refine it, and then sell the products that come out. We'll see. We'll see how we can do. Anyway, that's it for this episode. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this content, please do give it a thumbs up. That'll help my tiny channel grow, and I will appreciate it. And with that, I will see you all in the next episode.